WNBA dropped this information.
Caitlin Clark ended up getting the All-Star captain vote.
Caitlin Clark has received the most WNBA votes.
Caitlin Clark does it again.
Her being voted in as a team captain is a big one.
She's by far the most popular player in the league.
Comes in at number 1.
Caitlin is not someone that moves the needle.
This is the needle.
Your captains for the All-Star Indie game are, no surprise here, Caitlin Clark, Nafisa Collier. These two got the most fan votes. They will now have an opportunity to draft their teams from a pool of the All-Stars, which have yet to be named. We're still waiting on that announcement. But
Caitlin Clark just dropped a clear warning message to every single rival in the league. And trust me, you're going to want to hear this. Not only has Clark absolutely dominated the All-Star voting with a record-breaking 1.29 million votes to become team captain, but brand new practice footage has just emerged showing the superstar back in full gear, hitting shots and looking ready to make her highly anticipated comeback. We're talking compression tights, leg sleeves, and that signature Clark confidence as she prepares for what could be the biggest games of her career. We're breaking down how this all-star captaincy is sending a message to her rivals, analyzing the exclusive practice footage that has everyone talking, and revealing why her comeback could change everything for the WNBA landscape. Stick around, because this story has everything: record-breaking votes, comeback drama, and a showdown that could define the season.
All-Star team.
Caitlin Clark received 1.29 million All-Star votes this year.
Caitlin Clark effect in full effect. Minute it feels like Fee is getting too close. That CCFC is just...
All right, let's dive right into the bombshell news. Caitlin Clark has officially been named captain of the 2025 WNBA All-Star Game, and the numbers behind this selection are absolutely mind-blowing. Clark received a staggering 1,293,526 fan votes. That's 1.29 million votes, people. To put this in perspective, she received more votes alone than the top 30 players combined from the 2023 All-Star Game, which barely crossed 1.1 million total votes. She beat out MVP frontrunner Nafisa Collier by over 100,000 votes. And here's the kicker. This isn't just a popularity contest. The WNBA uses a weighted system: 50% fan votes, 25% media votes, and 25% player votes. Clark dominated across all categories.
Now to show your support.
Let's go. The one that saved the league, baby, is yes, Captain. Captain Caitlin.
Caitlin Clark, by far the most entertaining and popular player in the league, comes in at number 1.
This makes Clark the first Indiana Fever player in franchise history to earn All-Star captain honors. And get this, it's happening on her home turf in Indianapolis on July 19th. The pressure, the expectations, she's embracing it all. When asked about the captaincy, Clark said, "It's cool that fans get to be a part of it and have a little impact on the game. It's going to be special to do it here in this city, trying to make it the best All-Star that the WNBA has ever had."
I feel good. I'm going to be day-to-day from here on out, and doing everything I can to put myself in a position to play the next game every single time. You know, that's always my goal, is to be available for the next game, and doing everything I can with the medical staff to be able to get my body right, to be able to do that. And but yeah, I feel good, and you know, just.
But here's why this is more than just an all-star selection. This is Caitlin Clark sending a clear message to every rival in the WNBA. Despite missing multiple games due to injuries, despite the shooting slumps, despite all the adversity, she's still the most dominant force in women's basketball. Let's talk about the Caitlin Clark effect, because the numbers don't lie. ESPN and ABC viewership is up dramatically. Merchandise sales are soaring. Youth basketball participation in Indiana is booming, and little girls across the country are saying, "I want to be like Caitlin." And on the court, Clark already holds the record for most 20-point 10-assist games in WNBA history, with 10 games.
It's a statement
that Caitlin Clark has received the most votes, and the stage is set for the 2025 WNBA.
Every other player in WNBA history combined has the same amount. That's not just dominance, that's rewriting the record books. Her averaging 18.2 points and 8.9 assists per game, which would rank second in the league if she qualified for leaderboards, while dealing with injuries, is sending a clear message: I'm not going anywhere, and when I'm healthy, you better be ready. Now, here's where things get really interesting. While fans have been wondering about Clark's injury status and potential return, new practice footage has emerged that's got everyone talking. Recent footage from Indiana Fever practice shows Clark back on the court, and here's what caught everyone's attention. She's wearing full gear, including compression tights and leg sleeves. She's actively participating in shooting drills. She's jogging around and looking mobile. And most importantly, she's mentally engaged with the team.
Flip the narrative.
Now, this compression gear is something we haven't seen Clark wear before. Normally, she wouldn't have anything like that on, which suggests the medical staff is trying different approaches to manage her groin issue and get her back to 100%. In recent interviews, Clark has been clear about her intentions. I feel good. I'm going to be day-to-day from here on out, and doing everything I can to put myself in a position to play the next game every single time. That's always my goal, to be available for the next game.
I feel good. I'm going to be day-to-day from here on out, and doing everything I can to put myself in a position to play the next game every single time. That's always my goal, is to be available for the next game, and doing everything I can with the medical staff to be able to get my body right, to be able to do that. And but yeah, I feel good, and just.
And here's where it gets spicy. There's a massive Commissioner's Cup final coming up on July 1st against the Minnesota Lynx. That's right, Clark versus Collier, the two all-star captains, in a $500,000 0-cents winner-take-all showdown. During a light-hearted call with WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, when congratulated on her all-star captaincy, Clark confidently said, "We about to get that dub, Kathy. That doesn't sound like someone planning to sit on the sidelines." So here's what we're looking at, potentially the biggest midseason game in WNBA history. You've got the red-hot Minnesota Lynx at 14-2 going up against an Indiana Fever team built around Clark's star power. This isn't just any game. There's $500,000 0-cents prize money for the winning team, national spotlight and massive ratings potential, momentum heading into the second half of the season, and a preview of the All-Star Game matchup between the two captains.
Caitlin Clark and the revolution in women's sports.
This is the moment.
The most popular woman ever in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark is the star player of the WNBA.
Now, there's legitimate discussion about whether Clark should risk re-aggravation in a game that doesn't count toward the regular season record. But here's the thing. Clark has never been someone to back down from big moments. The WNBA is clearly banking on her return. They need those sellout crowds, that massive buzz, that Caitlin Clark effect that's been transforming the league. The pressure is real, but so is the opportunity. And if she does play in the Commissioner's Cup, it sets up perfectly for the All-Star Game in Indianapolis. Imagine Clark as captain on her home court, in front of a packed crowd that came specifically to see her. That's the stuff of legends. What we're witnessing with Caitlin Clark goes beyond basketball statistics. She's not just moving the needle, she is the needle. The WNBA social media channels that were once quiet about her are now flooded with Captain Caitlin content. As one analyst perfectly put it, if you're still arguing she hasn't changed the league, you're fighting with math, and math always wins. The numbers are undeniable, the impact is measurable, and the transformation is permanent.
Back-to-back years, Caitlin Clark has received the most WNBA votes. This shouldn't even be like a big thing.
Whether she plays in the Commissioner's Cup or waits for the All-Star Game, one thing is certain. Caitlin Clark's comeback story is just getting started. She's proven that even while dealing with injuries, she remains the most compelling figure in women's basketball. So there you have it, Caitlin Clark sending a clear warning to the entire WNBA through her historic All-Star captaincy and her determined comeback preparation. The question isn't if she'll dominate when she returns, but how spectacular that domination will be. What do you think? Will Clark play in the Commissioner's Cup final? How many points will she drop in her comeback game? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to stay up to date on all the latest Caitlin Clark news and WNBA coverage, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next in this incredible story. The WNBA better be ready. Captain Caitlin is coming back, and she's got some statements to make. I'll see you in the next one.
Right before the main event, Caitlin Clark gets called for a foul here, and she runs over. She's like, I didn't touch her. I didn't touch her. And they're saying, well, look at it. We'll look at it. We'll look at it. We'll look at it. She's like, wow, look at it. And she's right. There's no contact made. She gets called for the foul. Watch this replay right here. Just no contact made.
Caitlin Clark gets called for a foul, and she runs over. She's like, I didn't touch her. I didn't touch her. And they're saying, we'll look at it. We'll look at it. We'll look at it. She's like, wow, well, look at it. And she's right. There's no contact made. She gets called for the foul. Watch this replay right here. Just no contact made. Gets called for the foul. She tells the ref, she says, oh my God, watch it back after the game. Trust me, you'll see.
To the ground. Oh, she can't believe it. Oh, what the fuck? What? Are you kidding me? I just got fouled for not touching someone.
Yeah, I didn't touch it all. Actually, you watch it right now. Look up. There it is. So that happened. They make both of their free throws, and then Indiana's got the ball, and it's the next possession right after. She doesn't touch someone and gets the foul. Then you got Caitlin Clark with the ball, banging around top of the key. Her and JC Sheldon just banging around, and then she's going to take a finger to the eye, and then gets bumped, and then gets sent to the ground. She can't believe it. What, are you kidding me? I just got fouled for not touching someone, and they just tore my eyeball out and banged me to the ground. This systematic targeting is forcing veteran WNBA stars to retire. Don't you dare change that channel.
I kind of got a little bit emotional, to be at this moment in front of a sold-out crowd, in front of all this attention, and to have that moment is just pretty special to me because I don't want to say I deserve that, but, I'm trying to be as humble as I can. But being around that long, I kind of feel like I deserve that moment. And for it to happen right then and there in this time period in my career, it was just, I don't know. I'm just so grateful.
Let's start with the elephant in the room. DeWanna Bonner, the WNBA's third all-time leading scorer, hasn't stepped foot on the court since June 12th. The official reason? Personal reasons. But league insiders are painting a very different picture. WNBA writer Rosalina Lee isn't mincing words. She believes Bonner is seriously considering retirement, and it's not just about age or injury. It's about keeping up with the new pace of play that Caitlin Clark has brought to the Indiana Fever. There are rumors she can't keep up. Clark's role has raised the bar. Older players must keep up or fall back. It's tough at this point in a career. Rosalina Lee.
And then what did you make of Sophie Cunningham's flagrant foul on JC towards the end?
It was a flagrant foul.
You think it's like defending Caitlin or defending the team, or how do you view just how it all?
I view it as a flagrant foul.
Wow, that's about the game too.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys came for basketball.
Yeah,
Let's talk about basketball.
Yeah.
Come on now.
What do you think of just how you all were able to pull away in the second half, Caitlin, and
We're
particularly?
going to the Commissioner Cup Championship.
Let's
That's
go!
pretty exciting. Y'all want to talk about that? Let's talk about that.
Here's what makes this even more concerning. Bonner signed a one-year deal worth approximately $200,000, 0 cents with the Fever, played just 3 games, and then disappeared. Some reports suggest she's even wiped the Fever from her social media pages, though we haven't been able to independently verify this. The timing couldn't be worse for Indiana. With forward Damaris Dantas already on temporary leave from June 26th to July 8th, the Fever could find themselves dangerously short-handed if Bonner doesn't return or if they can't secure a replacement signing.
You want on the back or the front?
Oh God! Let me see the jersey. Turn around. All right.
To understand why veterans like Bonner might be feeling the pressure, we need to examine just how dramatically Caitlin Clark has transformed this league. The numbers don't just tell a story, they scream it from the rooftops.
She single-handedly delivered.
WNBA record. This is her second season. And you put the numbers together, that's like 10 seasons. That girl did it in 10 seasons. That means she had 1 a season. Caitlin Clark is... when Caitlin Clark gets to 10 seasons, she's going to have 100 of these. And y'all can't get a girl her roses. Now, I don't like the fact that she be getting woke because she don't want all these lesbians to be mad at. At the end of the day, is the woman putting in the...
Before Clark, the WNBA was fighting for airtime. After her arrival, it became appointment television. We're talking about a one-woman economic stimulus package here. Let that sink in. One player sits out, and more than half the television audience for the entire league vanishes. This isn't just impact, this is complete market dominance. Clark has already achieved a triple-double and led the Indiana Fever to their first Commissioner's Cup final. Her shooting can be inconsistent, particularly from three-point range. She's gone 1 for 17 from behind the arc in her last 2 games. But her playmaking ability and leadership continue to set her apart. I mean, there's going to be stretches that are really good and stretches that aren't as good. Obviously, it's frustrating. You want them to go in. The challenge for myself going forward is just continue to pour into every other aspect of the game.
Walk me through your perspective on the flagrant foul, and what was the point you were trying to make to her?
It's just a good take foul, you know? Either Angel gets wide open 2 points or, we send him to the free throw line. Nothing malicious about it. It's just a take foul. Every basketball player knows that.
But Clark's success hasn't come without controversy. What we're seeing on the court isn't just tough basketball. It's systematic targeting. Every game has become a highlight reel of hip checks, off-ball shoves, and aggressive closeouts that border on assault. The most egregious example? The infamous shove from Marina Mabrey that sent Clark flying with a full-body check completely disconnected from the play. It was a move you'd expect in hockey, not basketball.
I mean, is that displacement? I think it is.
Oh, and Marina Mabrey's going to get ejected. If the officials saw that, Marina Mabrey is going to get ejected.
Well, they're going to go and look at it.
Recent footage shows Clark getting poked in the eye during a physical matchup against the Sun that resulted in 3 ejections. The pattern is clear. Opponents have adopted a primary defensive strategy of seeing how much physical abuse she can endure before she breaks. What's most infuriating? Clark's reaction. She doesn't retaliate. She doesn't complain. She just gets back up and goes to work. But instead of being seen as professionalism, her composure is being interpreted as arrogance, which only fuels more aggression. Colin Cowherd summed it up perfectly. It's a horizontal, chippy league. Caitlin Clark is like kerosene to the physicality flame. They don't know how to officiate her. They don't know how to defend her. This is the worst she'll ever be. She's getting better, and they can't stop her.
The WNBA has arrived. Caitlin Clark's gotten really good really fast. It's like the end of year 1 for Michael Jordan or year 3 for Michael Jordan. She's gotten really good really fast. And you got to put a body on her, or you got to double team her, or she's going to embarrass you. She's shooting 33-footers. And what happened last night's a byproduct of that. This is what happened to MJ. She's number 1 and 2 in every offensive stat. She's hitting more threes this season than Steph Curry did in his first MVP season. And her game embarrasses you. So like men's basketball, J.C. Sheldon had the task of stopping the latest superstar in her basketball league. And this thing was chatty in the second quarter. It was chatty. They've got history. It was trash talking. And then in the third quarter, Sheldon poked her in the eye. Again, this is something we see all the time. They were on each other. They were talking. It was trashy. The superstar like MJ, unstoppable, poke her in the eye, and that's a flagrant foul, and it should have been a flagrant foul. And then Marina Mabrey, this is inappropriate, came over, knocked her over. Many thought she should have been thrown out of the game. Well, she did get a technical. It's a little bad boys Pistons with MJ. For the record, Caitlin Clark.
Perhaps the most damning aspect of this story is the response from officials and league leadership. While Clark is being treated like a human piñata, referees seem to be looking the other way. Blatant aggressive fouls are being ignored or called as common fouls, sending a clear message: it's open season. The WNBA front office, the very institution that should be protecting its golden goose, has remained deafeningly silent. They're quicker to comment on dress code violations than on the systematic targeting of their biggest star.
You've gained, I think, 500,000 followers and such, and your jersey selling out. How cool is that for your
Yeah, it's cool. It's funny what kind of people are attracted to. I'm just trying to keep the main thing. The main thing is that's basketball, trying to win games, sticking up for my teammates. And that's all part of it. I think all that stuff it's fun and whatnot, but at the end of the day, we need to win some basketball games.
That you played in front of your packed house a few nights back. The other night, the energy in San Francisco. Tomorrow, you're on the Las Vegas Strip. What can the Las Vegas expect from Sylvie?
Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna be me. I don't go in there trying to predetermine anything. I'm dialed in. I need to focus on hitting my shots, making sure I'm executing the schemes right. I'm not focused on the extracurricular activities. And you know what? During that, it was just part of the game. I think the refs had a lot to do with that. It was a build up for a couple of years now of them just not protecting, the star player of the WNBA. And so at the end of the day, I'm going to protect my teammates. That's what I do. And I'm a team player. So it's all good.
This has given birth to a fan-led crusade online, the Protect Caitlin Clark movement. Viewers